Hello guys, welcome back to another one on Chokdi Football TV. Before we start, man, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let's build it up. So Real Madrid versus Mallorca, 2-1. Here's my take on the game. Very interesting game, but very lethargic in certain areas. First half, Real Madrid, first of all, all I care about is the 3 points. All I care about is the 3 points. Obviously I would prefer that we dominated the game like 1000% and all that stuff, which I think we did. For the most part, we dominated the game, especially in the first half. I think the second half was more balanced. Mallorca, they are not a small team. You know, they are very problematic. If you watched their game versus Barcelona, it gave Barcelona problems. So they're a very problematic team. They're not easy to just run over. We dominated the game the first half, which even when we conceded a goal by through the run of play, through the corner kick, Muriqi, I think is their striker. He scored a header, which was a decent goal, but I was kind of pissed off because we were dominating that first half. Real Madrid dominated that first half, but sometimes football is really funny. It's a game of, if you can put the ball at the back of the net, you can dominate possession 100 times. You know, the possession can be 100 to 5. If you don't make that possession count for something, you're going to lose the game. That is the thing about football. So me, I'm shameless. So I'm happy with the 3 points. I don't really care whether we dominated possession 100% and what have you and all that stuff. You know, even if we won the game 6-0 or 4-1, you still live there with 3 points, right? So that is what is really important to me, that we left there with 3 points. One thing I also like is that we replied very quickly when we went behind 1-0. We replied very quickly. A very good goal by Arda Güler, and a world-class goal by Vinícius. That just gave me vintage Vini. Like, to be fair, that when it came to that Vini's goal, I was screaming. I was like, pass the ball, because Vini lately, I think this is his best game. In my opinion, this is his best game so far in a while. And I would rate this his performance today maybe like 6.8. I still think Vini still has a lot to do. Like, I'll give it like a 6.5 over 10, 6.8 over 10. What else did I take from the game? I really wanted Mbappé to score. I really wanted Mbappé to up his tally today, but for some reason the offside mark was just against Mbappé today. You know, the thing with Mbappé, and this reminds me of when he first came to Madrid, the first few league games, when he was just being caught offside anyhow. You know, he's a very rapid player, and he's very sharp. So sometimes it's not his fault, yeah, but sometimes he can just be, you know, his movements can be too swift for my liking. And very good goals, and I was quite livid that these goals were ruled offside. He scored 2 goals today which were ruled offside, and what's his name, Arda Güler, scored another one which was ruled offside, which was very because this game was very close. Very close. Very close. If Carreras didn't make that goal line clearance, this game could have ended a draw. So, you know, Mbappé had a decent game. I wouldn't say he really sets the pitch on fire today. He had a decent game, but there were a few decision makings were kind of suspects. I think Mbappe sometimes needs to pass the ball. He needs to pass the ball and stop doing too much. Like, it's okay, pass the ball. You're a great player. We know that you can do magic, but pass the ball sometimes. Another player I'm going to speak about is Frank Master Tuano, our right winger. I don't think he's ready, man. I don't think he's ready. But the good thing is that he's getting a run of games. So the more he plays, the more he would adjust. But I just think today his decision making was poor. Just certain passes were not connecting. He wasn't. A lot of his passes were getting intercepted. And just his decision making was poor. Was kind of poor today. But the thing is, it seems that Xabi Alonso prefers him to Rodrigo at this very moment. And the thing with Macetuano is that he's a proper right winger. He's a proper right winger. Rodrigo isn't. He's a makeshift right winger. So, the thing with things like this is the coach usually would choose you based on what they see in training, and maybe his performances in training are really top tier, hence why Xabi Alonso keeps starting him. One thing I like about him is that Macedonia is that he's not afraid to take on players, and that is a key element that makes a class winger. You have to be bold to take on players and not be afraid. But sometimes it can be too much, because usually we haven't, as Real Madrid, especially this season, we have been winning our games by 1-0, 2-1. We haven't had that, extreme dominance of a game where like we just totally destroyed the team we were playing against. But like I said, I really don't care as long as we get the 3 points, even if it's a 1-0. If it's that we win 1-0 till the end of the season, but that we win the games, I will take that. I will take that personally. For me, it's the W that matters. Another two other players that I'm going to give credit to, Carreras and Trent. They were exceptional today. Trent was exceptional today. And we all know Trent is arguably the best right back in the world. Is arguably the best right back in the world. People can say that maybe defensively he's not the best. Okay, fair enough. But all-round play, his passing range, he's going forward, he's the best in the world. And he was incredible today. One thing I also like is that I also like how Xabi Alonso rotates. He doesn't waste time to make substitutions, and I love that. There's no reason for Trent to play the whole 90 minutes. I like the fact that he brings out Trent and puts in what's his name? What the hell is his name? I'll remember his name. Our main captain. I just got back from injury. I don't know why his name has eluded my mind. But I love how Xabi Alonso takes out players and brings in new players. Carvajal. That's it. Carvajal. I like how even if Carvajal starts, Xabi removes Carvajal maybe like 60-something minutes and puts Trent in, or vice versa. I like that. I like give it's things like that. It helps prevent players from getting injured. I like how he will even take out Mbappé sometimes. I like how I'm bringing Ramos. I like how he'll take out Vini sometimes and bring in Rodrigo. How he will take out Arda Güler and bring in whoever, Brahimi, whatever. So Ceballos. So I like that rotation. Carreras was the man of the match today. He was incredible today. He saved us from a draw with that goal line clearance. He's very. That is one position that we've struggled in. Real Madrid, we struggled in last season with Fran Garcia. As much as I rate Fran Garcia, I think he's a very, very hard worker. He just has some lapses in his game. David Alaba, I think, is finished. And Mendy, I rate Mendy as well, but he's always injured. So it's very good that we have a proper right back. In Carreras, he's very good going forward and very good defensively, which really helped us in this game. Our two center backs, Militao and Den Huysen, I think that is the best. That is our best choice. Rudiger is a bozo. Asensio is a magnificent bozo. Is the Superman of bozos. I don't want to see that guy, except we have like 3 center backs injured. Then that bozo can come in and do something. But for now, let him remain on the bench, in my opinion. I think that, and I said it, if you go back to my videos, you'll see that I said going forward, our preferred choice for center backs will be Militao and Den Huysen. Militao is very aggressive, very, very strong, very quick. Although I would prefer that Militao is substituted as well, like when we are leading, maybe like 70 something minutes, so that he doesn't get injured again. This is somebody that has just come back from serious injury. He's had 2 ACLs back to back. So we need to protect that guy because we have a lot of run of games this season. So who else? I think I'm missing somebody. Courtois didn't really have much to do, but Courtois, best keeper in the world in my opinion, made some crucial saves. Who else? Arda Güler had a quiet game in my opinion. He had a quiet game, but dude is incredible, man. Dude is incredible. He's when I say quiet game, I'll still say it was one of our best players today. To be fair, it was one of our best players today. I'll rate his performance like a 7, which is pretty high. He scored a goal today, and he tried stuff. He tried to be creative. He had one goal or one shot on target. So the thing with Arda Güler is that he will try. That's the thing. He will try, and he's very creative, which I appreciate. But I don't think today's game was his best game. Obviously, who else? Valverde, one of my best players in the Madrid team. He was very quiet today. He was very, very quiet today. I sometimes forgot that I was even on the pitch. He was very quiet today. Who else? Tchouaméni was solid, although pretty quiet, but he did what he had to do. That's the thing with players like Tchouaméni. You don't really see the hard work they put in until they're absent from the team. Then you realize, that the juggernaut is missing. So he had a decent game as well. So all round, I'll rate our performance today like a 6.8. It wasn't the best. We didn't light the world on fire, but we won the game, and that is what matters at the end of the day. We still have people like Jude Bellingham that has been injured. We still have Jude Bellingham. We still have Tchouaméni. We still have some guys that we're waiting to come back, that will make the squad stronger. So that's really all I just had to say, man. On to the next game. Hopefully Barcelona lose their game tomorrow. I think they are facing Real Vallecano, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll be watching that game as well as the Arsenal. Arsenal is my other team. I support two teams, Real Madrid and Arsenal. So I'll be making a video, either a pre-match video or a post-match video, whatever I decide, on the Arsenal-Liverpool game at Anfield. So just keep it locked on this channel, man, till my next video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, tap that notification button, and until next time, peace.